Good morning, everyone. We'll continue here in the words of the Rambam, Hilchos Yesod HaTorah, the 4th chapter, 2nd letter, Beis, and we are describing over here the 4 different bodies of elements in creation, which is fire, wind, water, and earth. And as the Rambam is explaining, all of these things are found within the creations and the created beings of the world. Now we're in the middle of a long little paragraph over here, and we'll pick up where we left off from. Umibnei, and since shehem yesodis l'kol gufim shetachas harakia, these 4 elements are the composition or the matter of every single thing that is underneath the rakia, underneath the heavens. Yimatzei, you find kol guf v'guf me'adam u'behema v'chai v'oif v'dog, every single body, whether it's a man, whether it is a domesticated animal, a wild animal, a bird, v'dog, or a fish, v'tzemach, or plant, u'mateches, or even iron, metal, v'evan, and stone, galmai mechuber me'esh v'ruach u'mayim v'ofar. All of these things are a combination of these 4 different types of matters, which is fire, wind, water, and earth. These 4 different matters of the world, they all mix in together. Each one changes during its mixing process until you find that the combination of these 4 things, none of them are similar, which means, or really none of them exist on their own. They're all going to exist together in a different combination, depending on the created thing, the creature that it is becoming a part of. That says the Rambam at this point. You'll never have a case where fire is all by itself. You'll find that rather, every part of the creation is going to be a shituf. It's going to be some kind of a combination of these 4 things. And every body, every physical entity that is a combination of these 4 things, you'll find that it's either cold and hot, moist and dry, together. There's a combination of these things. How does that work? He's going to explain. There are certain bodies in this world that are much stronger in their foundation of fire. So he says any creature in this world that has a nefesh chai, that has a living soul, so its nature is, it's a warmer body temperature. That's more, I guess, of the fire that we would say. The soul is like the fire. That's why you see they have higher temperatures. And there are those whose bodies, the physical entity, is much more connected to the foundations of the earth, like the stones. Stones are very earthy. And therefore they are very dry. There are certain ones that are very much, they're strong in the foundation of water. That's why they are moister than other things. And that's why you find one body is hotter than another body that's hot. So interesting to note that human beings have a relatively high temperature, and animals have a temperature that's more related to that. But the fish of the sea, which are cold-blooded animals, and the reptiles are cold-blooded animals, so it must mean that their nefesh chaya, their living soul, is much less, according to what the Rambam is saying. V'guf yavesh yaser miguf acher yavesh, and you could have one body that's drier than another body, one entity that's drier than another entity. V'chein yimatzu gufim sheyireh behem hakor bilvad, and there are certain entities that are just cold by itself. V'gufim yireh behem halach bilvad, and there are those that are just moist. V'gufim yireh behem hakor v'hayuveshes kechad b'shav, and there are certain physical entities that are cold and dry, like one together. Or cold and moist, like one together, like cold waters, and the like. Or that are warm and dry, like one thing together. I guess if you'll find a heat hot outside, and you'll find the earth is going to be dry, such a thing like that. Or you have something where it's hot and it's moist at the same time. That's humidity and the like. And really that is that the element that is going to be found predominantly in this combination, that's the most essential part. And the nature of that element will be expressed in the way in which these elements are mixed together. Okay, a bit complicated over here in the scientific analysis of the Rambam. I'm not a scientist, nor an astronomist or an astrologist. I don't even know if that's a word. But Lamaisa, the Rambam again is pointing out how masterful, how Kodesh Baruch Hu created everything in the world, in the universe. It all has a rhyme and a reason. There are laws of nature that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has put into play that allow the world to function the way that it is. And as we will see towards the end of this chapter, it's all with the purpose of understanding the greatness of Hashem. Have a wonderful day.